Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's John Ross with the XPian Daily News Report, and I got something on the screen here that I should just get off. This is a bad thing here, folks. Uh, Today is October, and I'm going to get or here's how we do that. We'll get it back here. Sorry for that, folks. We're just, when we run a one-man ship here, it comes out sometimes technician, video graphics. And we have a special smiling face on the other side there, and we're happy for that. Today's October 14th. We're taping this a little earlier, but this is the day of the show. Been having a nice weekend. I know I had a nice weekend. I had guests over outside. It was beautiful. In 75, it's warming up a little on this Tuesday when we're taping this, but I hope tomorrow's good. Hope we got a few more good days here. So this is for October 14th. The XPian Daily News Report, and I'm happy to welcome Julie with us. And I guess I had this in the backwards way. I'm getting backwards here. Well, welcome, Julie Yurko. Is that Yurko?
That's correct.
Yurko. And she's president and CEO of the Northern Illinois Food Bank. So we're just going to talk about Julie here, and she's going to share a few things here. And this is what I say. I got all mixed up here. We're going about Julie, and now we're having Julie. Okay, next we're going to discuss Julie. Julie, you want to give us a little about your background, how you got to the pantry, all those types, or the food bank, and all those type of things. You want to do a little background for us?
Sure, of course. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad we were able to connect today. And I do have the privilege. I serve as the president and CEO of Northern Illinois Food Bank. I share often that it's my blessing and my privilege to have this role. It was not a job that I ever thought I would have, but I was fortunate enough back during the Great Recession of 2009 to join the food bank when my family needed some assistance. We didn't have any income coming into the home, and I was a stay-at-home mom. So I chose to get back into the workforce and had always worked for nonprofits and raising money. So thankfully, the food bank hired me, and they hired me to build this wonderful warehouse that I'm sitting in Geneva, Illinois, raise some money for that. And once I arrived here, I say I got bit by the food bank bug, like so many of us do.
Okay.
Amazing organization. It's an amazing mission. When I was looking for a job, I had prayed that it be close to home and be the Lord's work. And I'm 9 miles from home, and I'm feeding hungry folks. So it just fits so.
Wow, what a blessing. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, just amazing. So after being here a few years, my predecessor in this role chose to leave the organization and encouraged me to apply for the job. And
Uh-oh. We had a little downtime. We're going to get back, hopefully, with Julie. Let's see what happens here. She should be coming back. Well, we'll be waiting here for a moment when Julie comes back. We had a little glitch like this the other day. It was even more profound, so we've been postponing. I thought we had probably a little better chance here. Let's see when she comes back here, hopefully. I think she's coming back. Yeah, we got, it wasn't a big glitch. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're coming back. You'll be on screen here. Okay, your camera went off for a reason, huh?
I don't know why.
Oh, I want to ask you, is this an Apple product? Apple?
Me? No.
No, I mean the camera thing. Is it
No, I don't
Apple?
think so.
Yeah, I've heard they shut off security after, a few minutes or
Oh,
something
I don't know. Well,
crazy.
hopefully I'll keep an eye on that now. Hopefully it won't
Yeah,
happen again.
well, at least it wasn't a streaming problem. That's good.
Nope.
So that's good. Well, we're back to discussing about how you got involved with the Northern Illinois Food Bank, and you said your family and had some needs, and then you got involved, and then you were a development person. Is that what we're saying? And then you moved up to this higher position after the former director left.
Mhm.
So you want to give us a little more go on from there?
I would just say that I've served now and am in this role for over 6 years,
Okay.
and am so privileged to be in this role and looking right now, given the pandemic, given the need that we're seeing, which has increased, a doubling of need. Our distributions have increased by 50%. Just wanting to steward this organization and wanting to serve the community in a way that is unprecedented and meets every neighbor and honors every neighbor. Because I believe that when you step forward and ask for a little help, which we all need every once in a while, you're at your most courageous.
Yes, I think that's what we want to. I think that's a biblical thing from the Bible about loving. Jesus talked about loving our neighbors, and that's what we're doing here. And I think many times Jesus did feed people, and I know that's what you're trying to do there. And what would you call your purpose or your mission statement or whatever you want to call it about the
Sure.
food bank? What's its how would you define that somewhat?
Mhm. In simplest terms, I like to say that here at Northern Illinois Food Bank, we believe in full pantries and full refrigerators and full bellies. So our vision is for no one to be hungry in Northern Illinois. And we strive to meet that mission by working in community with an amazing network of food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters to provide access to nutritious meals and groceries through programs and innovation. And so we are all about making sure every man, woman, child, every senior, every family member goes to bed with a full belly every night.
Yes, and where did you say that? I've been up to your place a few times in the past. To be honest, I haven't done it lately. I guess I've been a bad kid on that front. I know some of my Kiwanis have been up there. My friend Kim, I know, was up there. She was doing some of the eggplants. I forgot what it was. It was sort of crazy, sorting eggplants or something.
Yeah.
You have, and she had a mask on too. I remember that picture she showed. So where are you located at now? It's in Geneva, right?
Yes, so we actually have 4 warehouses. Our largest
Oh, four.
warehouse is in Geneva.
Oh, okay.
Because we cover 13 counties, we cover all of the collar counties of Chicago, and we go out about 90% across the state, all the way past Rockford into Stevenson County, and then we go as far south as Kankakee. We also have warehouses up north by Waukegan or Gurnee.
I was going to
We
say,
have
if
a
you're
warehouse
going
out in
outside of Cook
Rockford.
County, then you got to go up that way too, then, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. So we have warehouses, like I said, up north, out in the northwest in Rockford, and then south in Joliet.
So you got Joliet, you said Rockford and Waukegan and in Geneva spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's quite a big area there. It's pretty big. It's almost like it was gerrymandered by some congressman by the state or something. It's big. It's a big district. Um, so we got that area. Okay. How many pantries are you working with? Would you say about? I'm sure
Yes.
that
So we
varies. It
are
goes up
lucky.
and down. But what would you say? What's the number on that about?
Yeah, we are so lucky. We have a wonderful network of about 900 feeding sites. That
900. Wow.
900 across those 13 counties. That includes food pantries, soup kitchens, and other feeding programs specifically for kids and seniors.
Okay.
Um, the most robust is our food pantry network, which is about 300 food pantries, and then another about 100 soup kitchens and shelters.
Yeah. I know several of the food pantries in Aurora. I probably don't know them all. I just know some of the bigger ones, and I know there's others in churches and other groups have pantries. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
there's
we've
a
got.
lot of pantries.
Marie
Yep.
Wilkinson in Aurora and Aurora Interfaith.
Right.
They're just amazing. But we also have, Food for Greater Elgin and we have about 170 feeding sites in King County.
Right. I know we have the Salvation Army, my friends that left Aurora and are up in Elgin, the Forneys, and I know there's churches doing it. So there's a need here. And I forgot. The next topic, we'll get right to this. I have a little topical thing here, a listing here, and we're going to go. We can discuss maybe on generally about, well, we had a little about food banking. We already did that one. What am I? We want to move on. Yes, is what we want. About food insecurity. You want to give us a little thoughts on that today, like the pandemic and everything? And we're going to discuss the pandemic more too, but what would you say about the food insecurity needs right now?
Sure. So first, I would start with what is food insecurity?
That's a good question. I
So
didn't ask. Did I ask that? No, maybe I didn't. Thank you for bringing it up.
Food insecurity, we are in the business, that sounds terrible, but our mission is about hunger, right? We're not about starvation. And so for those who are watching, we are a domestic relief, hunger relief organization. We work very, very locally, right? How we define hunger or food insecurity is that it's a definition that comes out of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And it is that a person has a lack of consistent access to enough food to live an active and healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
And so every year the USDA goes out and talks to Americans about their food needs. And in the survey that they give, they ask questions about, do you have enough? And for many Americans, there is a resource gap. So they don't have enough resources to have consistent access to enough food. And so if you answer that question, yes, there are times when I don't have enough food, I don't have enough money to go to the grocery store to get what I need, then you're defined as food insecure. So for us right now, with the pandemic, it's about 500,000 individuals, which is shocking here in the suburbs of Chicago. In some of the richest counties, that we have 500,000 people that don't have enough to eat every day.
Now, do people come in that maybe still have the SNAP program, or how does that work? Or is there a criteria, or how does that work, would you say?
So for someone can be food insecure and not meet the requirements for some of the federal programs. So there's free and reduced lunch, and there's WIC, and there's SNAP, which is food stamp benefits. Those are all based on income, and those are set by the federal government. And you could still not have access to enough food.
That's true.
Be insecure and not qualify for any of those programs. If you do qualify for those programs, you absolutely qualify to come to us. Honestly, most of our food pantries, our food bank programs, especially now during the pandemic, if you come and say that you need a little help today, we're going to give you help today. Many of our distributions, we're not even checking IDs, where you live. It's about making sure during these unprecedented times that we have full bellies.
Yeah, I agree with that. And let's go on. Let's see what I had another thought here. Now, there's a mobile pantry. It's actually today. Well, we're going to be showing this on Wednesday. There's one in Aurora at. We'll miss this probably for announcement wise, but 4 to 5:30 at Nancy Hill, a mobile pantry. How do these mobile pantries work, Julie?
Sure. So we have almost 3. We're just purchasing a 3rd mobile pantry truck. And this is a truck that we're going to put about 7,000 pounds of food onto this truck. It has bays in it, if you can picture like a Pepsi truck, so that there is refrigeration on the truck. And we're going to fill each of those bays with frozen meat, fresh produce, shelf-stable items, dairy items, bread, cereals. And that truck is going to go out 18 times a week.
Oh, really?
And it's going to go to areas that we know there are folks that are in need. And typically over about an hour and a half period, we're going to serve somewhere between 100 and 250 families. And they're
Right.
somewhere around 50 to 75 pounds of food, which is a good shopping cart full of food. If you are looking for a mobile pantry with 18 a week, chances are we're going to be, even if you're not able to make it there on a Tuesday, on Wednesday, if you go to solvehungertoday.org and you go to the Get Groceries tab, there's going to be a pop down and there'll be a list of all the mobile pantries that we have in the coming month. And hopefully there'll be one that works within your schedule.
Yeah, I did a little. I know, are these mobile pantries are? I think I understood this from Diane Renner. Maybe I'm wrong at Marie Wilkinson, but it's a little different than your past mobile pantries. Maybe they're all boxed up, ready to go, or how does that? Is that correct? That they're sort of already pre-boxed?
Yeah, and love Diane. I mean, she's amazing. She's such a happy person. Happy, smart, accomplished, amazing. Love her. So right now, during the pandemic, in order to make sure that we can distribute food safely,
Right.
we are these no touch or low touch distributions. So at our mobile pantries and in some of our other programs, like our pop-up program, where we had a pop-up in Aurora yesterday at Phillips Park. At Phillips Park.
Okay.
I was going to forget the name. What we're doing is folks are driving up and we're asking for how many families are they picking up food, and then we are putting the pre-boxed food into their trunks or back seats.
Right.
That's just to keep everybody safe.
Right.
What you typically are going to receive at a mobile or these other distributions, you're going to receive, again, fresh produce, frozen meat, dairy products, and other shelf-stable items. So you're still getting a good mix of nutritious food.
Yeah. So what's the difference between a pop-up and the mobile pantry? I've seen both phrases, and so what's the difference? Would you say? What is that?
Sure. So the difference is number of families that we're serving.
Oh, the pop-ups might be more.
They're larger, and the idea there was back in April when we saw the need rising so quickly, and watching us having to shift. Right, we doubled the number of mobile pantries we had going out, and we were trying our very darndest to get as much as possible. Many food banks around the country started these pop-up distributions, and they're, again, a drive-through distribution. They're usually taking place in an area that has a lot of space. So we're at Elgin Community College and the other Lake, the College of Lake County and Joliet Junior College. We were at Great America yesterday, as well as Phillips Park.
Okay.
And here is that we're going to be serving at least 500, if not 2,000, even 2,600 families at one of those distributions. So it's simply size.
It's a little bigger than a mobile, you'd say. That's what you're saying.
Yep.
And maybe a lot of times more government involvement. Maybe it doesn't have to be, but it could be that way too. I notice you have a pop-up. I think the mobiles in Keene are slowing down right now. I know the time of the year, but let's hope that can be resolved and maybe get some more yet. But I notice you have a pop-up coming up down at Aldi's, all the headquarters on the 20th, I think it was 20th of October at 1 to 4. So that's a pretty big place there, a pretty good parking lot there. So that's going to be a big one, right?
Yeah, we're hoping it's going to be a real big one. Thank you for getting the word out about it. Aldi came to us about a month ago and said, we're watching what you're doing. We are in the same business. We care deeply about people who don't have enough right now. And we want to do a pop-up distribution. So they are actually providing all the food.
They're providing some of the food.
Yeah.
So okay, I know you have corporate sponsors, but that's a little different.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Is our first one, and we're the first one with Aldi. We're just thrilled. Couldn't be more grateful, and highly, highly encourage anyone who's watching the show to please come out next Tuesday from 1 to 4, right off of Kirk Road at their headquarters in Batavia.
You see, the 20th would be. Gotta get my dates here. Yeah, it'll be next week.
Yeah, it'll be great. It's Be a good one.
Yeah, we'll have to push that one because I think that was probably your biggest Kane County, maybe one, or going to be one of your bigger ones, right? In Kane County.
That's what we're hoping. We've not done it before, so we never really
Yeah,
know.
it could be
Which is
pretty
why
big. And
I
so
love that you're sharing.
we'll spread the word on that one. That's for
Yep.
sure. And so here's another thing that I know local food pantries do, and I know you do too. How you get your foods. We just mentioned Aldi's helping out right now. But food rescue, you want to explain that a little about food rescue?
Sure. So food rescue is the program where we go into a retailer, so a grocery store, and we through their kind of back door, right? We pick up products, right? So we have more than 350 food manufacturers and retailers who help provide food and connect our neighbors to food. The retailers, though, they're going to pull food from the shelves. So food that they're no longer going to sell, but it's perfectly safe to eat. And they're going to
Right.
donate that to the food bank or one of our member agencies. So every day we're in multiple Jewel Osco stores. They're one of our biggest donors through the program. Walmart, huge donor through the program. Aldi, pretty much any grocery store you're going to, they are being wonderfully generous to us and helping us provide food through the food that they're no longer selling.
I know that's a big thing, and I know. Well, I read a few years ago. Anyway, that's a big thing. We hope more stores and others can get involved. I know it can be if we rescue a lot of food, it'd be overwhelming too. But Americans don't do too good on that front. They throw away a lot of food. We do,
Yeah.
and so we got to get it rescued. And that's great. You're doing that, and we've discussed this a little. Maybe we can regroup here a little about the COVID-19 impact. What are some other things you've noticed about COVID-19? We've discussed that we're getting more, I guess the word is clients or more people coming into our food banks. I know Marie is going to have sort of an outside giveaway distribution car go through, and they're going to have a heating and everything. And that's how they're going to do their through the winter here.
Right.
Nobody's coming in the pantry, so that's happening there. I'm sure other things are happening around in pantries. And what are some of the other impacts that you've noticed on this with this pandemic?
Sure. So as I mentioned before, we have seen a doubling of the need. More and more folks coming forward and saying they need help. I think that's going to continue, and I think that's going to continue for a while. We had seen early on in the pandemic, certain industries were hit the hardest, right? Hospitality and leisure,
Right.
retail. Those employees are typically earning lower wages. And as they were losing their jobs, they weren't having enough resources, they were stretching their dollars, so they started coming to us. What we're seeing now are some of the other industries where they are starting their layoffs. The airline industry, we've seen it in technology, we've seen it in food distributors. So I think more and more we're going to see some more neighbors coming to us, perhaps now neighbors who haven't been to us before, more white collar workers coming to us. Already we're seeing about 30 to 50% of the folks coming to us have never been to us before.
Okay.
So a couple things. First, we're distributing more. We're distributing 50% more than this time last year, and that has been true since June. So that means we've gone from distributing around 6 million meals a month to over 9 million meals a month, which is pretty extraordinary. And the first 3 months of our fiscal year, we distributed 3.3 million meals right in King County, right? That was 36% more than we had the year before. So we are seeing that dramatically increased need. We are also seeing the need to get the word out that we are here and we are here to help, and that everybody needs a little help every once in a while, which is why I love talking with folks like you. Just so anyone who's watching, right, I've been there. You probably know someone who's been there. If this is your moment where you need a little help, please go to solvehungertoday.org. And you can go to Get Groceries to learn about how you can get some help. You can also call our hotline, which is 844, I always get the number wrong, 844-600-SNAP. I think that's right. If it's not right, check the website,
There,
solvehunger.org,
I'll try
and
to
you'll
look that up
find
before.
it.
I'll
And you
try to
can
look
call
that up for
7
you. Yeah.
We can provide you with some help.
How are, because everything is strange right now, how are the corporate giving and that help? Is it about the same good, or is it sort of, I mean, with this pandemic, I'm sure, I think the food people, in my opinion, and I'm just giving you, everybody needs food. So I don't think that's should be going down too much on the food side, but I might be wrong. But how's those kind of corporate? We just talked about Aldi, so we know they can. There's help. So how is that? Is that going pretty good?
Yeah. Real quick first, I did check my number. I looked at my
Okay, good, good. Oh, you looked on your phone. I saw that. Okay, okay.
844-600 SNAP.
Eight
So
four
I would
four
call if
six
you need help.
hundred. Okay, I'll put that down.
844,
630.
no, 844
Oh, 844.
600
Mm-hmm.
SNAP.
Oh, and then it's the word SNAP.
Yep, SNAP.
Yeah.
So you asked me about how companies and others are responding. And just like we've seen more need, I would also say we have seen more compassion and more generosity, more love towards the person in need, more support of this food bank than we've ever seen before. And that is, it's been a long few months for all of us, right? We're all a little bit tired. And every day there's some beautiful story of someone stepping up. And, we have volunteers still coming in, smaller groups, lots of social distancing, but smaller groups coming in, and they are showing up and they're helping us sort and repack food. And there are new donors, financial investors into our mission, which are just extraordinary. And we are seeing companies and foundations stepping up and saying, gosh, we'd like to be a part of this. We want you to keep doing the great work you're doing. And so I would say, I've always said the only way this business works, right?
Right.
The way the food bank runs is when people choose to get involved. And we have seen that. We have seen that in spades, and we are so, so grateful.
Well, that's beautiful. And I know you mentioned about we can individually help, donate, and or volunteer. Well, I assume you need volunteers for this boxing idea, right? With some of these,
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean,
Again, you can go to solvehungertoday.org and there's a volunteer button. And we absolutely need help packing boxes, sorting food, distributing food. If you want to come to a pop-up or a mobile, we're looking for volunteers. So there are lots of ways to get involved. There, you got it right up there on the screen,
yeah, that's right. Go right to
solvehungertoday.org.
that website and get involved. Yes, there's a lot of ways to get involved, and I've done a couple of those mobiles. I guess it's not quite a pop up, but I've done mobiles, a couple of those, and those are really exciting, and they're done real well. And it's a very good thing that you're doing there and helping out the food pantries and this work, this combination of uh, network, I guess we would call it. It's a network for hunger. And look at this website. They got a lot of different things up there, and they got about their mobiles and their pop-ups. And let's just hope for, I know Julie's working on this and her staff to have more of these as much as we can here. It's going to be tough here in this winter season, I know. And we have to think of some other thoughts how to do this, but it's just going to be tough. And so that's the website. solvehungertoday.org. And Julie, I know this is in your heart quite a bit. Maybe I didn't word this right, but people out there know of people. I think you've mentioned it a few times. I think we'll mention it again in closing here.
Yeah.
Anything to mention to neighbors in need of assistance or anything way, if they need help, the pantries are one way to help, and your food bank has a lot of resources for these food banks, right, to notify you where they are, right?
Yeah. So I would, again, we did talk about this a little bit earlier, and we started talking about it because like I said, there was a period in my life where my family, my kids, we needed a little help. And so I would just encourage anyone during these unprecedented times, right? Life happens to all of us. Life happens to all of us. Something unexpected comes our way. Often it's, a medical diagnosis or a job loss. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic right now. And so when unexpected life happens, sometimes we need to do things differently and we need to step out and courage. And I would just encourage anyone who's watching that we are here to help, and we have wonderful groceries for you. And if we can help alleviate the burden of your food budget for a few months so that you can redirect those funds to keep paying for your car or your apartment or your home, putting towards other expenses, that would be our honor. That would be our privilege. So please go to solvehungertoday.org. Again, you could go to the Get Groceries button and learn about our distributions, learn about the food pantry in your community. You can also call us 7 days a week at 844-600-SNAP. That's 8.
It's 844-600-SNAP, and we
and hear a little bit about your situation and provide you all the information you need to get some help.
Yeah, Julie just hold the line there a second. We're going to thank Julie, but I want to thank Julie, but just hold the horse there a second, Julie, too. And I'm going to show a few little announcements, but I do want to thank Julie again for stopping with us and this afternoon. And we had a real interesting conversation here about food needs and how you can be involved, either giving or tell someone about the pantries in the Northern Illinois Food Bank. So again, thank Julie. I'm just going to do a few quick announcements here. One is to get out and vote. There's several ways to do that. I would encourage you to look at the King County. Oh, we lost Julie, but anyway, we thank Julie again for being with us. There she's coming back. And we're going to, if I can get this up, the King County Clerk's Office, and you can get involved there with the King County to do that. And I'm going to put Julie back up. I just want to see her smiling face again. And we had a little glitch there, but it's all right. So that's the county clerk on voting. And then we got a couple more things I'm going to just briefly cover here. Okay, here's the other biggie. Okay, what else do we got here? I got myself all goofed up here again. The flu shots. Remember flu shots Friday in Phillips Park. The VNA's doing it, and I forgot. Oh, I got the wrong time here. It's the other way around this Friday. It'll be 9 to 1. So I got the wrong date there. Sorry about that. That was from a few days ago. But it's so it'll be Friday at 9 to 1 at Phillips Park this Friday. So I guess that's about it. I'm probably missing some, but I don't know. That's pretty good. And so we'll see all of you this Friday, hopefully, Lord willing. And again, I just want to thank Julie for being with us and sharing about the Northern Illinois Food Bank and this massive operation to help out hunger in our community. And just thank Julie. And I'm just going to say right now, for this time together, God bless. And all of you out there, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you much, Julie.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Yes.